So the Lakers right now, they're one game under 500. I think they're 22-23 or something like that. It's not good. It's not good. I think they're in the 10th seed or something like that. This is rough, man. This is rough for a team that has LeBron, where some people really think that LeBron is still playing not the same, but close to how he was in his prime. If you look at the numbers, like people look at his numbers like there's no fall off. But I don't know if that's true, because if you have to take plays off on defense in order for you to stay on the floor, then you're not operating in your prime at all. But the numbers, people look at the numbers and be like, oh man, this dude, there's no fall off just by looking at the numbers, right? And I don't think that's how you should look at it, because one, numbers are easier to come by right now in this era that's not allowing lockdown defense. And two, sometimes people playing an offense that is almost impossible for you not to get your numbers. But Rick Bucher, man, this is how he described it.
I'm one of the few who seems to be willing to say it. LeBron James's offensive numbers look great. They look great. If he sees the opportunity to get to the rim in transition, he's taking it. He's and finishing. He's shooting 3-pointers at a higher percentage. Last I checked, at a higher percentage than he ever has. That's not making everybody else better. That's getting him his buckets, right? And defensively, he's a nightmare. Like, I mean, he go back and watch the Toronto game. He didn't for the first 3 quarters. He was on Scotty Barnes. He wasn't contesting his threes. He wasn't doing anything. And then fourth quarter, they had Anthony Davis guarding Scotty Barnes, because it was like, we're not winning this game if we don't change this up. I point that out because whether it's he or anybody else who says, yeah, LeBron's as good as he ever was, I'm like, you got to be out of your mind. Like, there are 3 components that made him one of the best. 1, because he could defend. 2, because he could make plays. And 3, because he can score. I'm only seeing one of those on a consistent basis at this point.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't be the same. He's not the same. It's okay to admit that at this point. But because he's not the same, and the Lakers have always been so LeBron-centric since he got there, that's at the heart of, like, trying to make this work.
Yeah, so he said 3 things that always made LeBron so good was that he actually defended, and then he actually made plays, and he could score, which is true. But I add one thing to that. He actually was winning, right? So ever since he's been with the Lakers, and he got there when he was 34, right? So, he was still just, on the tail end of his prime. He still had some prime. He had some prime years with the Lakers still. You're not 100% out of your prime at 34. Like Michael Jordan won his last ring at 35 and played all 82 games and made first team all defense and probably won the MVP that year too. I'm not sure. So 34, 35 is not, is you're not out of your prime for a lot of players. Some players, yeah, but in LeBron's case, no. So, but he went over there and missed the playoffs that year, and that's the year he had Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart. He had that roster, and that was the year that he was trying to play, and he was trying to figure out who, him and Magic Johnson was there, and they had already told everybody that we're trying to get Anthony Davis. And the whole year was just when they go make the trade happen, and Anthony Davis sat out and he wouldn't play no more for New Orleans. Like, he forced his way out. It was a weird situation. You got Brandon Ingram and Kuzma shooting free throws, and the Laker crowd yelling, "LeBron's going to trade you." It's just crazy, right? But they didn't make the playoffs, and then they get AD, and I think that's when the COVID year happened. Maybe Kobe tragically died. They go in the bubble, they get a ring. Then they come out of the bubble. I think they got put out in the first round by Phoenix. Then they missed the playoffs again the season after that. That was the Westbrook year. And then they went into last year and they made it to the conference finals. So you got a bubble ring, 2 missed playoffs, a first round exit, and a Western Conference Finals, and a season of this year below 500 halfway through. And my question is, has his Lakers tenure been a failure or a success? And it depends on how you look at their bubble ring, because missing the playoffs is a failure. And he did that twice. Getting put out in the first round when you have a team that's supposed to be competing, you got 2 superstars in AD and LeBron. That's a failure, first round exit, especially the way they lost. I think they almost got swept. It was 4-1. Phoenix walked the dog on them, right? So 2 missed playoffs and a first round exit. That's 3 failures. And so far you're failing this year. That's 4 failures. So 4 out of 5 years you failed, and then you got 1 bubble ring, which tells me that their bubble ring really wasn't a good indication of how good this Laker tenure has been. Because if LeBron was doing so hot with the Lakers and we could measure it by what happened in the bubble, then it would be repeatable. Like, out of 5 years, it would be more success than it was failures. But we have 4 failures and 1 successful season. They got cut short, and then you went into a bubble for a Mickey Mouse tournament and you won that, where everyone was in there half-hearted, thinking about COVID, their family at home, and George Floyd. Half the people didn't even want to show up there. Half the people didn't show up. They had a Laker teammate, Avery Bradley. That was the last time he played. So, is it a failure or a success? That's my question. I'm going to put the number on the screen. Was it a failure or success? There was a couple of Lakers fans in the comment section. I know y'all got something to say. I definitely want to hear what you got to say, especially if you're a Laker fan. Yeah, Brian Green, Lakers your team. Yeah, call in. It'll be real interesting. Caller from California. What's up? What's your name?
Hey, what's up? This is Brian, man. Brian Green.
Brian Green, what's going on, brother? Lakers your squad, man. This ought to be a good conversation, man. I'm interested to see what you got to say.
Oh, I got all day, man. I got all night. Yeah, for real. I would say it's a success because of number 17 as a Laker fan tied us with Boston.
Okay.
So on that level, it was a success. But I feel like it's been a miserable success because of what you mentioned, missing the playoffs, the bad starts, him not playing defense now. You know, look at our record. It's horrible. Getting swept out of the Denver series. We kind of took advantage of a Grizzlies team that was depleted of Brandon Clark and Sam Adams. So we kind of got over on that. They were a wounded tiger. And Golden State, I think we were lucky to face Golden State. I'm not sure we could have beat Sacramento. So, you know, we kind of got over there, and then we ran into a real team, you know, with big men and all that stuff, and Jokic. And, you know, everybody wants to blame D'Lo as Lakerland. Here in Lakerland, we're killing D'Lo right now.
Yeah.
But but we were all D'Angelo Russell in the fourth quarter. Everybody on the team. So I really don't think it's fair to put him out because, LeBron, I don't know whether it was injury or if he just is 39 or 38 at that time, but he couldn't last. I mean, he didn't have any energy in those fourth quarters. So he couldn't really put the team on his back. So I'm really disappointed in the team because I think when Magic Johnson joined the team and took over for Jim Buss, when Jenny fired Jim Buss, she gave the control to Magic Johnson, and he just came in and started trading players and getting rid of Jordan Clarkson and all of our young players, and then he let Randall go for nothing when we signed LeBron. And I had called a station that year because we were all excited about Julius Randle. I'm talking about we should pay him $17 million. We got to keep him. This dude is a beast. And, they just let him walk like that. I was so pissed off that I still haven't got over it to this day. And so it's been a success. I can't argue with the ring, but all this extra stuff I kind of saw coming.
So let me ask you this. So you said it's been a success. You had one successful season that wasn't a real season, and you had 4 failures, right? If LeBron would have came over, y'all missed the playoffs that first year, and then that second year, I think y'all went to the bubble and won it. If he would have said, "All right, I came and delivered what I came and delivered," and left, you would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
If he only did 2 seasons and gave y'all a bubble ring and left, you would have been like, "All right, man, he did what he came to do." That's that's following in the footsteps of Kobe Bryant the right way. You think Kobe Bryant was looking at that bubble ring, looking down like, yeah, you doing your thing, big dog?
No, I didn't look at it like that. No. I'm just saying, if he would have left, we would have had the cap space and maybe had another star right now, and we wouldn't be dealing with all this other stuff we're dealing with. The no defense, all the trades. We would be young, and we may be making the playoffs. We wouldn't have LeBron here, so we wouldn't have all this media attention and all this talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like the young guy. Everybody said, we were so lucky to have LeBron come to the Lakers, and, got us a ring because we were so sorry before he got here.
Yeah.
But Laker fans during that time, before LeBron came, those years, we were praying for bad records because all of those lottery picks all those picks that we traded for Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, when we got them in there and it didn't work out. Well, all those picks were lottery protected.
Yeah.
So we got to keep all those picks. That's why we kept coming up with number 2 pick, D'Angelo Russell, number 2 pick, Brandon Ingram, number 7 pick, Julius Randle. And then we ended up getting Lonzo Ball with a number 2 pick, which I think if Magic Johnson wouldn't have traded D'Angelo Russell, we could have drafted Tatum instead. And we could have, we would have been a nice little baby Laker team. Because when I looked at the baby Lakers coming out, I said, man, these are all top tier at minimum role players. So if we just got one star, with all these role players, we got Julius Randle, Ingram, Zubac. We could have had a contender. We'd be contending right now because I figured Golden State was at their peak. All our team was young. So by the time Golden State got old, we'd be a 500 team. We add a superstar, and we'd be contending right now.
All right. So let me ask you this, and this came from the comment section: Is LeBron gonna get a statue outside of crypto?
Man, they're gonna give him a statue.
Lord have mercy. That's no. It's
gonna do it.
It's not possible, man. There's no way he gets a statue.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. I'm not saying he deserves it, but you know how he is. It's LeBron. The thing that upsets me the most as a fan of the Lakers is it's like we're his retirement plan, but he didn't work for us for 20 years. Like Kobe,
Correct.
He worked for us for 20 years. So yeah, we got a retirement plan. You give carte blanche. he worked for Cleveland, he worked for Miami, and now we got old LeBron, no defense LeBron, and we paying all the like retirement bills. So it's like I don't like that, man. I feel like we're getting shortchanged. But with the media, the hype that surrounds him, all the people who think he's still good, because of his numbers, he's gonna get a statue. They're gonna give it to him. I mean, you got to remember, this is Jeannie Buss's first and only ring so far.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, so they're going to give. I'm not saying he deserves it. I mean, he deserves whatever he gets, I guess, if they decide it ain't my decision.
Listen to this. Listen to this, brother. This a comment from the comment section. It says, as a Lakers fan, that's blasphemous. He hasn't done. Him getting a statue. He said he hasn't done enough. In fact, he's destroying the franchise with his antics, and he's actually destroying it with these trades. Like, why? I've never seen no one that's in a top 5 discussion need trades this often.
Well, I can tell you why he needs trades, and it's kind of not his fault, because when you look at how he came into the league, he already had this play style, this 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 20-something point play style that you're talking about. He came in the league with that. And he was a high school kid. He came in the league, whatever coach he had in AAU or high school, whatever he had, where they used to play his games on ESPN, whatever coach taught him that play style, he came into the league with that. And no coach came along and said, okay, we're going to play this way. We're going to get you a big. We're going to do this. They just let him play this high school ball. They let him play the way he played in high school when he came in the NBA.
That's a good point. And I think when you see players that even if they went to college for 1 year and they play for like take Anthony Davis for instance, when you go play for Calipari in Kentucky, the first thing that you're gonna have to learn how to do is play with other stars, because he's getting a lot of good recruits. Like we had people at the Kentucky program that we didn't even know was this good. Like nobody knew how good Booker was at Kentucky. Nobody knew how good Tyler Hero was at Kentucky. Nobody knew how good Karl Anthony Towns was at Kentucky, because you got five-star players on the floor with you, and Calipari make you play in the real offense. Same thing if you go to Carolina or Duke, you're gonna play in a real offense. You got to move without the ball. You gotta be able to do something with the ball. You gotta be able to do all those things. For LeBron, for LeBron not to go to college, he never had a coach show him those type of things, the next level of basketball. He has the skills of just like a free wide open game that everybody gets that naturally when you're really good, but the next level up from that is being able to play without the ball, and that's how you develop post game. That's how you develop coming off screens, catching shoots. That's how you develop all those type of things, right? And those are things he was weak at, and that's why I always rank Kobe ahead of him, because Kobe was a master at all those things.
Yeah, but Kobe came into a system. He had super vets around him: Robert Horry, Rick Fox, Shaq, Brian Shaw, Ron Harper. They came in with the triangle with Phil. Before that, it was Dale Harris. They were running the NBA offense. So he came in even though he was ready to contribute at any time, he had a lot of talent around him. He had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones.
Yeah, but he knew how to operate with that because he played overseas.
Because
he played
training.
Jerry West said he had already had that skill set coming from Italy. He played overseas.
No, he did. He did.
It didn't have nothing to do with the Lakers. He already had that.
Well, he had it, but he had it, and that was during that era. Like I said, LeBron James didn't have any of those things.
He could have though, but he didn't want it because he didn't have the skill set that can operate in that type of offense. You put LeBron James in a triangle right now, he'll have a fit in the triangle.
If he came out of high school and went into a triangle and had like a lot of like veterans around him, it'd probably be different. Like I said, he didn't have a coach. He didn't have a coach to do that with.
No,
like
he didn't have it. No, it wasn't a coach. It was his skill set. He didn't have the skill set to be coached.
I don't know.
Even when he went to Miami, Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra tried to put him in a real offense, and it was frustrating to him, and it really came out in the finals against Dallas.
But he had 7 years in the league at that point. He had already, he never, that, like I said, they let him play that high school style from the minute he got into the league all the way till he went to Miami.
Yeah, man. Top five at best. Years. Top five at best, man. Top five at best.
Oh, I'm not saying he go, but I say he got an argument because, like I said, he didn't. I remember there was this one clip of Michael Jordan saying, they're going to double me, and then I'm going to come to you.
Right.
And Steve Kerr says, I'll be ready.
Right.
I think that LeBron, he does that more often than Jordan did. Jordan, a lot of times, would pull up and just take the shot, make it, miss it, whatever. He told Steve Kerr to be ready because the last shot, he missed the shot that could have won a game.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go back to Steve Kerr. But with LeBron,
look, I'm gonna let you in on a secret about my game when I was coming up in high school.
Okay.
Before I got my game really polished and good, before I had a jump shot, before my handle got real tight, the thing that I could do really good was run the fast break because I could dribble when I was on the go, and I had speed and I can get to the hole. My layup package was crazy. I ain't had no jump shot. And I couldn't dribble against pressure, but on a fast break, I was hell. And the fact that I couldn't shoot that well made me pass a lot. And I was a hell of a passer, but I was passing so much because I hadn't developed into a good shooter yet. As soon as I worked on my game and got my handle right and got my jump shot right, oh man, forget all that passing. I'll let my point guard do that. I'm here for the points, baby. That's a step up. All that passing you do, that's a role player's job, right? When you look at all the great passers, they always had a great scorer beside them. Stockton had Malone, Magic had Kareem, Mark Jackson had Reggie Miller. The great passers have to have a great scorer. A great scorer don't need a great passer. So when your best player is your primary scorer, but his superpower is passing, he is reaching down and taking a role player's job.
Right.
And doing that job. No, passing is not the job of your primary scorer. Right. It's not supposed to be. All right. So my point is he's only passing that much because he lacks something as a scorer.
Right. I'm not saying he doesn't like doesn't like something as a scorer. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that even the great scorers had knockdown shooters to relieve the pressure when they got in trouble or had to make a pass.
Okay.
And LeBron James has never really had those knockdown shooters that were ready in crunch time.
He needs too much though. Why he always needs something? Hey, Roland, go ahead and call. I can do three-way. But yeah, why he always needs something? Like that's.
Well, they all need a BJ. Man, how many shots did BJ Armstrong hit? Did John Paxson hit? Did Steve Kerr hit during the regular season? I mean, I remember Fisher hitting shots, rainbow threes, bomb threes. Like Kobe and Shaq are Superman, but sometimes we gotta be Superman in order to make the team work.
Look, having shooters at hands, what you trying to do with your offense is one thing, but I wouldn't say Michael Jordan needed a shooter because Michael Jordan could get his 30 points regardless. Having a shooter helped him and helped the team, but the LeBron fans would say he needs a shooter. Like when he don't win and he don't perform well. Hold on, listen. When he don't win and he don't perform well, the excuse is, well, he don't have enough shooters around him. He needs shooters. So in order for his offense to even work, he has to have shooters around the 3-point line so the lane can be wide open. Michael Jordan don't need the lane wide open.
I don't agree with that part. I think that's wrong when they kill like say he needs. Like I said, I wouldn't have let him do that. I just think I wouldn't have let him do that as a player. I mean, I would have. If I would have had him as a coach or a GM, I would have had a coach and I would have put him in an offense at an early age.
Right. I got somebody else on the line. Hold on. I got somebody else on the line. Roland, you here?
I'm here, Mel.
What's up?
Man.
What's up? What you wanted to say?
What's up, man? So, well, I just wanted to, so in my opinion, as far as the experiment or the experience of the Lakers and LeBron, I think it's been a failure. Personally, I think it's been a failure for all the reasons that you said. You know, as soon as he got here, they missed the playoffs in 2019. Then in 2020, won the bubble. 21. So he was undefeated in the first round his whole career in the Eastern Conference. As soon as he got to the Western Conference in 2021, he finally lost in the first round, got bounced out by the Phoenix Suns. 22, not only did he miss the playoffs, but the Lakers missed the play-in tournament. And then in 23, they got to the Western Conference Finals and got swept. So, I think it's been a failure. And then if I was to just like take in like the vibe that I'm getting from other people in the city, because I'm in LA right now, and if I was to just take in the vibe from other people, because I was in the barbershop during that whole Western Conference Finals, and the OGs were daily ripping LeBron, saying that he thinks he's Steph Curry, why is he taking all these bad shots, why is he shooting deep. Even people.
I was saying that too.
People online. So, because sometimes I think, like I said, sometimes I think the LeBron fans are really online. Because in LA, like somebody asked, should they give LeBron a statue? And my response to that is, does he plan on being in LA for the rest of his career? Because as soon as he leaves, that they're gonna have to really protect that statue, because you remember how often his murals were being defaced.
Oh man,
yeah, you got a good.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so as soon as he leaves, they're gonna have to guard that, seriously, because it's gonna be the same situation as what happened when he left Cleveland the first time when they were burning his jersey.
We ain't gonna do that. We'll be glad to see him go, bro.
I don't know. It's some Kobe fans that once he leave and because the Lakers probably ain't gonna draft his son, and maybe I don't know, maybe Cleveland will draft Bronny, and once he leave LA and go to Cleveland, and y'all ain't got no cap space, and because y'all go make a trade, y'all go make a trade at the deadline, y'all go end up getting somebody that's getting paid a pretty penny. If it's not Zach LaVine, maybe DeJounte Murray, I don't know. But your draft picks is going to be gone and your cap space is going to be capped out by the time he leaves.
We'll have 2 first-round picks next year. We have 2 more first-round picks next year. So hopefully they don't make a move. Yeah, hopefully if they don't make a move, we'll have 3, and then maybe we could trade for another top 10 player. I think we need a top 10 player. If we get a top 10 player, maybe we could hide, LeBron could fall down to that 3rd, 4th score with AD. We might be back in the game. But right now, we don't have no defense at the point guard position. We don't have a big man for AD. No, I don't see us doing anything at all.
Yeah, I think you mentioned Kobe. I would also say, everybody knows pretty much that LA is still Kobe town. And
it's Kobe town for sure.
Still Kobe town. And, to this day, even though I'm from LA and I move around, I'm still surprised that even to this day, 4 years later after he passed, they're still putting up new murals of him everywhere around the city. And it's not just in like the hood. I was in a very, in like very high class neighborhood that was farther out from South Central. I went to a legal office, and as soon as I walked in, to the right was a painting of Kobe with his daughter on his shoulder, and then they had a big boardroom, and they had a big painting, like a big like a big like picture of several different players. There's different athletes in that from LA, and Kobe was in the very middle. He had his was the biggest picture. He was in the very middle, and in the background they had Magic Johnson. So, and I think that's also like a small like a microcosm of how the LA feels about Kobe Bryant, is that they've even put Kobe over Magic Johnson. And I know I have homies in LA that we go back and forth about, has Kobe really surpassed Magic Johnson, or is Magic Johnson the best Laker ever, or is Kobe the best Laker ever?
Magic said that Kobe was the best Laker ever.
Right. That's what I told my homie that today.
Yeah, Kobe is. LeBron ain't got nothing on Kobe. LeBron don't have nothing on Kobe as a Laker, period.
Well, but online, in LA, you'll get nobody in LA that'll say LeBron is even an official Laker, maybe. But you have people online that will say LeBron is the best Laker as soon as he got to the LA, because of what he's done before he got to LA, who he is in the GOAT debate and stuff like that. So, no, I don't think that this whole thing with LeBron has been a success. If he leaves with just a bubble championship, like you asked earlier, Mel, yeah, it would be really bad. And I feel like LeBron, he's before he leaves, he has to deliver like I used to say, like a normal traditional 82
Yeah,
game.
we need that because we didn't even get a parade. But, we've been trying to catch Boston, and we finally did. So that's the only reason I called it.
Man, y'all did not catch Boston, man. That bubble ring don't count, bro. Y'all did not catch Boston.
Yeah, hey, it's 17, man. And we the only team that could really deal with a bubble ring. Because the Clippers couldn't win their first ring as a bubble ring. You know that wouldn't last. We the only team that could really have won that without. What other team could have won that bubble championship? Everybody else would have. What if Denver would have won their first championship in the bubble? Come on.
That don't want to count, man. Ain't nobody counting that, man. Nobody counting it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna count it. It doesn't matter.
Hey, we counting it. It's 17.
A lot of people think that everybody hate on LeBron when they clown the bubble championship, but I can't imagine any team really or anybody praising that championship, regardless of who won it. Like I believe that the bubble championship has the biggest asterisk in all of NBA history. And
but it's 17. We already got 16, man. It ain't like we ain't never won a championship before. It's not like we never won a championship before. So yeah, I'll take it. We got 16 already.
That bubble ring got a huger asterisk beside it than Barry Bonds' home runs.
Yeah, but the other 16 rings don't. The other 16 rings don't.
It has the largest asterisk because people sometimes want to put the asterisk on LeBron's 2012 ring. Some people want to put the asterisk on the 1999 ring. If you don't give those, okay, I can understand if you want to look past those because that was a situation that was internal with the NBA. Those are lockouts.
And we got 17. I don't care, man. I ain't trying to protect LeBron. We got 17. That's a Laker ring.
If you don't give the asterisk to the bubble, that means you can't give an asterisk.
That's 17 rings, dude. No, we got 17, man. I'm not gonna put an asterisk next to it.
That's what you don't say.
We got 16 now. We got 17.
That's what asterisks are for. They're for
no, they're not.
Certain situations and shit. What is it for then? You can't.
Hey, Tim Duncan got 5, and one was in a short season. They tried to put an asterisk next to that.
Wait. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. It's hard for you to compare the 99 shortened season to a bubble ring. This is why. Hold on. But this is why. A shortened season is still a full season. They only play 58 games instead of the 82. But it was a full, not a full 82. It was a 58 game season, and you still went to the playoffs and had to deal with that grind in the playoffs where you were traveling and playing a team in a 7-game series, and you getting on flights and planes and going from city to city, and you got to go from round to round. That's the grind. The playoff is the grind, and you still got an audience, and you still got home crowd and home court advantage and all that stuff. The difference with the bubble is they had like 20 games, and then they stopped basketball for 3 months, and then they came back and played 10 to 13, 15 more games, and then stayed in the.
How many games?
I don't know.
How many
50,
games did they
50,
play in the regular season?
I don't know how many games they played. I think they ended up playing 50. I don't know, maybe 50.
I think it was like 50, more like 50.
Okay, so 50 games, and then you stopped in the middle of the season, 3 months off, and you come back in the bubble with no audience, no traveling, and you just playing basketball like you in the YMCA. That's totally different.
Well, I thought we were going to lose to the Clippers that year. So I thought we were going to lose to the Clippers in the bubble. So, I mean, I was surprised we even won. And everybody, and wait a minute, everybody was watching. Like, people were glad NBA was back during COVID.
No, nobody was watching.
Everybody was watching.
The ratings were down 70% from the 2019 finals. That was one of the lowest viewed NBA finals in NBA history.
Well, NBA fans watched.
Even the president at the time, Trump was even making jokes about how the NBA was. And then what happened? And then quickly, this whole era of NBA basketball, the ratings are down. I mean, I don't know. More NBA fans. The Last Dance was the highest rated documentary on ESPN in history. So I know all the NBA fans were watching that, and not NBA fans. But as far as the what happened in the bubble with the 2020 finals, that was one of the lowest rated NBA finals of all time. So I don't think too many people watching. And then also another thing that delegitimizes that championship is that what happened to those teams who were in the finals, the Lakers and the Miami Heat. So the Miami and neither team has been back to the finals since then.
No, Miami made it back last year.
Denver went, and we went to the Western Conference Finals, and Miami made the Eastern Conference Finals. So they were not legitimized the bubble. No. If you wanted to legitimize that championship, you should have came back to the finals. Both of you guys should have came back to the finals right next year to say, you know what, that has nothing to do. We're still the best teams in the whole league. But the Lakers lost in the first round. And I'm not going to argue about a bubble championship.
And then the Lakers missed the playoffs, and you missed the playoffs and the play-in the next year after.
I'm not going to argue. It's number 17. Like, I'm not going to argue about a bubble championship.
That's what the call is about. That's what the debate is about. Is whether or not the
Clippers choke.
No,
I thought we were going to lose to the Clippers.
You have to talk about the bubble.
I thought we were going to lose to the Clippers.
If you're going to talk about the whole Lakers experience with LeBron James, the 2020
I said it was a success, but it was a miserable success.
No. Either it's a success or it's not a success.
It's a success, but it's a miserable success.
I mean, we're not.
It was a miserable success. I'm telling you.
No, the question wasn't about just the 2020 year. We're talking about 2019, 2020, 2021.
Well, 2019 was playoff mode that he didn't perform, but we also lost Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball was the key in that.
You didn't even make the playoffs in 2019. How's that?
Right, I know because he got hurt.
By definition, that can't be a miserable failure. That's just a failure because we failed to make the NBA playoffs.
No, we were up on Golden State, and then LeBron tore his groin, and then we were still hanging in there pretty tough, playing around 500 ball, and then Lonzo went out, and then our team went totally started losing. And LeBron came back talking about playoff mode, but he couldn't get it done. And then the next year we got Anthony Davis, which we gave way too much.
I'm glad you reminded me. I forgot he activated playoff mode 2 years in a row and didn't make the playoffs.
Look, I said I'm saying it's success. It's a success because we got number 17.
All right. Well, look. Let's do this. So we go end it like this.
I'm not gonna argue.
Look, we're not gonna argue. We're not gonna argue. Look, I'm gonna end it like this. I'm gonna ask everybody in the comment section, man. Everybody in the comment section, I want you to comment either failure or success. Is the Lakers tenure with LeBron? It's been 5 years. Has it been a failure or a success? Just everybody just put in the comment failure or success.
It's been a miserable experience, but it was a success because of the ring. But other than that, it's been miserable the whole time.
I'm getting a lot of.
I mean, I gotta like say at least we got a ring. That's so.
Yeah,
but for me, like I said, for me, I would have kept all the young guys anyway, and we'd be contending. We might not have that ring, but we'd be contending, and we'd be looking good, and I'd be a happier person because my favorite player actually is Julius Randle. And
so wait a minute. So one thing we haven't even talked about yet, as far as this whole Lakers LeBron experience, that in-season tournament the in-season tournament championship. So that was supposed to be something that was supposed to increase the ratings. And then what happens after that tournament was over? Was in Christmas Day, when the day that the NBA usually dominates all across the board, and even the NFL dominated them, and the ratings for the NBA was down. You even had the marquee matchup of the Lakers with the Celtics, the most historic rivalry, and the ratings were down there. So that's another failure that you can bring up, is that
that's not on LeBron. That's on the NBA. And
you were
speaking on that earlier.
Those people who are clowning the NBA.
No, man down was talking about how it's like a 77-year-old man in the league. It's not exciting. People don't like it. Mel did people don't like the NBA like they used to like the NBA no more. You can't put that on LeBron. And LeBron is boring. His play style is boring. It's kind of like Kareem. Kareem was so dominant, he was boring too. And
Mel did a show
to reignite the league.
Mel did a show about
LeBron.
Mel did a show about that Christmas Day where the ratings were down, where that was one of the biggest social media personalities, Patrick David. He did a show about how the NBA got pounced on by the NFL and that on that Christmas Day, and he's been blaming LeBron for the poor play in the NBA, the lack of defense. A lot of people blame LeBron for that stuff. LeBron isn't just blamed for the Lakers' bad years. LeBron is blamed for just the era of basketball that we're in right now, because he's the biggest star in the NBA. When Ja Morant doesn't go to the slam dunk contest, when Zion Williamson doesn't go to the slam dunk contest, all of those guys looked at LeBron James and he doesn't do.
Okay, wait a minute, bro. We got old ass LeBron. Okay, LeBron ain't joining no dunk contest. Don't hold me accountable for shit when he was in Cleveland shit he did in Miami. We got, like I told you before, we got RP LeBron. You're right. No, we paid all that shit and we only got one bubble ring. So I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear all this shit about LeBron. Because,
LeBron is the topic.
You can say that shit to the Cleveland niggas. Say that shit. I'm
telling you. I'm telling you. When you want to hear it, though. We got
Hold on. Hey, take turns. Hey, you got. Hold on, bro. You gotta let him talk. You gotta listen to him, man. You just can't talk over.
No,
man.
but I'm a Laker fan. I'm not a LeBron fan like that to be getting all this grief for all these years and all the shit he did, man. Come on.
Let him spit then.
We got 39-year-old LeBron. Why am you giving me this shit? I'm a Kobe man. I don't want to hear about LeBron.
I'm trying to make another point as to how the LA Lakers and LeBron thing has been a failure, because LeBron James is the biggest star in the NBA, and he's on one of probably the biggest the franchise with the biggest spotlight on it, the biggest one, probably the biggest market behind New York, probably in the entire country. And you would think that LeBron and the Lakers, that marriage would make the NBA one of the biggest biggest leagues, and would bring all the ratings and bring all the money. Yet LeBron and the Lakers together is somehow dragging the NBA down even further. It was already falling down into the depths, but now it's so far down, below that we don't even know if the NBA will ever recover from this. We talked about how the golden era was in the 90s. You would think that it's like, imagine Michael Jordan had came to the Lakers, or Michael Jordan had played in New York, for the Knicks. I mean, you would probably have had a bigger league. So you have the face of the NBA coming to the LA Lakers, and instead of things going up, it's going down. So it's not even just about the Lakers failing. Somehow LeBron with the Lakers is helping to bring the NBA down even further. Like I said, that the Jordan in the 1998 NBA Finals was the highest rated NBA Finals of all time, and I'm not even too sure if LeBron in the bubble with the Lakers against Miami was one of the lowest. I mean, if it was the lowest, I just know it's one of the lowest. So it's hurt everything. Even just the NBA as a whole, And there's many reasons why this whole experience with LeBron and the Lakers has been a failure. I think everybody's feeling it.
Right.
The main reason it's a failure is because we catching all of LeBron hate on this Laker team for the last 6 years, for like 15 years of hate that he's accumulated in the league. And it's all been poured onto our Laker franchise, which already had enough hate because of our success. So now we got LeBron hate, and then we got LeBron fans in here, and we got all this other noise. So for me, like I said, I gave it my success grade was based on one thing only, the bubble championship. I think the front office screwed us by getting rid of a lot of players that they didn't have to get rid of. And like I said, we got 6 years of LeBron, but it seems like we just getting like all the hate from the Miami years, the decision, all the hate from the freaking the broken hand, all the not being able to shoot, all the other stuff. We getting all that shit on our team when we only got them for six fucking years. Like, come on, man.
6 years. Hey, you own them. 6 years is a long time. That's long. Hey, that's longer than Miami had them. That's longer than Miami had them.
Yeah, I know exactly. So
and it's longer than the second stint with Cleveland. He played with Cleveland. I mean, I'm talking about when he went back to Cleveland. He won the 2016 championship, and then
you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get all this stuff about his history. Like, I don't know.
And then he left and went to LA. But with the Lakers, he won in 2020. He's been here. You said he's been here longer than he stayed for Cleveland after he lost the championship over there.
And I'm miserable. I've been miserable.
You are a Lakers. You are a Lakers fan.
I want young players.
You are a Lakers fan. Let me ask you this: when when LeBron's murals were being defaced, you do know that those weren't like Jordan fans or those were Laker fans who defaced those murals in LA.
I know they were.
That should tell you that's a microcosm of this whole thing with LeBron and the Lakers. That right there is kind of like a picture of what this whole thing has been as far as success and failure. Because I would say that it's been kind of a lot of Lakers fans look at LeBron as he's kind of defaced. Even when people said that when he was so happy celebrating that in-season banner, that he was kind of defacing the Lakers, that it was an embarrassment for a lot of Laker fans to see the Lakers celebrating an inferior accomplishment compared to the NBA World Championship. Yeah. And it's been horrible.
Why did they put in the league the in-season tournament?
Because the ratings were so bad during the LeBron era.
Okay. So when you win the in-season tournament, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to pump it up and make it seem like it's all important for the ratings to make it seem like we really doing something new now. So that's another shit we got to deal with. That has nothing to do with the Lakers.
You know why they
do NBA rules.
Fellas, y'all made good points, man. I appreciate the phone call. I'm gonna clear the line. I'm gonna take one more phone call before I end the stream, man. I appreciate y'all calling in.
Man, down. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you, man.
All right. Good talk.
Thank both of y'all. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right, I'll take one more phone call, man, on somebody who think I mean, I heard both points, man. But one thing it was a success, one thing it was a failure. I can take one more phone call before I end it, man. I just want to get people's perspective out there as well, man. He said trade Luka, trade all the players, trade the Oh man, yeah, you must have started the screen from the beginning. But yeah, man, I think everything I said and everything both of the callers said, man, I think they all made good points, man, for sure. But just in my opinion, it's been a failure. Because the reason why I think it was a failure is because what the expectations were, it wasn't one bubble ring and 2 missed playoffs and a first round exit and a sweep in the conference finals. Like you came over here and you brought your superstar self, you brought yourself as the face of the league. And some people believe the best player in the league at that time, right? At age 34, that was your plan. And then you said, I want Magic to come over here and help me get other superstars. And you got Anthony Davis. And now you got Anthony Davis, and everyone thought it was going to take off from there, which it kind of did. You won the bubble. But you and Anthony Davis being paired together haven't brought the type of success that I think the Laker fans were hoping for. So for that reason, it was a failure. And if you really want to look at Miami, if we take your word for it when you said that, and I'm talking about LeBron, we take his word for it, saying that he go bring them not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six championships. And I'm thinking, oh man, he go retire in Miami, and they go figure out a way to get as much rings as Michael Jordan got with the Bulls. And, I'm thinking that that's what he was going to do, and he do 4 years, win 2, lose 2, and then leave, and didn't even tell D Wade he was leaving. I don't think that that left Miami Heat fans with a good taste in their mouth about LeBron either, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if they got to retire his number when he retires. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't. I don't know if Pat Riley and the Miami Heat organization is still cool with LeBron as they are with Wade. I know Wade, that's his home. He grew up in Miami, so he always got a place to come. He'd probably be working for them if he wanted to. All right. So I don't know if LeBron get that same type of love, man. So that's my thoughts on it, man. A lot of y'all seem to agree, man. There's a lot of people in the comment section say it was a failure. I seen one person say it was a success, and then one person on the phone called in and said it was a success. But most of y'all said it was a failure, and I agree with that, man. So, all right, man. We've been at almost 3 hours, man. This is as long as I ever been on live. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with me on this. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.